August 21st. Our objectives still remain the same. On page 2 of your IAP. For an update of what we reported in the 209 last night, we reported 106,323, 30% containment, and roughly 15 million people. And there's $15 million. There we go. And 1,700 people for an update on yesterday operations.
Morning, Jeff Serber operations. We're giving another little flyby hopefully this morning that will make some sense. Can you zoom into branch 3, Mike? So, make sure I get oriented properly here. Okay, Norton Creek drainage right here up in branch 3. Yesterday, the Alta crew was working on this road. There's a road that goes from, hopefully I'm pointing to the right spot here. Yep, okay. There's a road that comes up Norton Lakes Road, and it ends right here at a trailhead. They're prepping this road for a burnout so that we can draw this fire down to the road and use the road as a holding line. There's a trailhead here. We looked at that. We feel like we can tie the trailhead into this rock here. Can you move a little bit to the west, Mike? What that'll do is this whole ridge is going to be difficult to get across. This is the main ridge that runs north and south that the fire hasn't been able to get across. So we feel good that if we can hold us here on the road, tie the trailhead into this rock here, we could form a barrier that will keep it from going north. And if it tries to sneak up over the top in here over the coming days, we could probably work something out with helicopters and maybe flying a crew up there to deal with that. So that's what's going on the Norton side. Can you move back? There you go, Mike. Thanks. Then here's the main Baker Creek drainage. The burn operation 2 nights ago was this. So this is actually burned. As you can see, that's burned perimeter where the red line is. And yesterday afternoon, we had a PSD ping pong operation, ball operation right in here, and drew this fire back down towards the road. I haven't checked to make sure whether that got drawn all the way back to the east fork of Baker Creek or how far it progressed down into the bottom. But prior to that, there was a significant retardant put over on this side, and they didn't have any spots from their operation. They did have eight spots down here that were caused when they lit this off. This burnout operation down here, that's a nice little underburn, got more active and threw spots across here where there was no retardant, but they picked all those up. I talked night branch and they were patrolling in there, and he said they found 2 more spots in here, so that'll be an area of concern today to watch for spots. So if we could zoom back out, to finish up on branch 3, right up there. What we plan to do is once we get this drawn down to the road, we'll continue to take opportunities and figure out what to do to bring this back into the Castle Rock fire. So hopefully the intent is to tie this off here, tie it off over into the ridge on the west side, and hopefully stop its forward progress to the north so that we don't have to go to our contingency out on the highway. So we can move over to branch 4 now. 4 yesterday was highly successful right here. They have line around that whole area, and they're feeling pretty comfortable with that spot, much more comfortable than they were yesterday. They had heavy air support and got a line down. It came back down to the highway last night, and they've got a line. Still got heat in there. You'll see smoke and that in the interior, but they've got line around it. Coming on down, there was a little bit of work done right outside of Haley, as you could see from ICP yesterday for the folks that were here. That's continued to roll down the road, or roll down the hill, and got a pump across the river, and they'll be using that pump in the river to pick up any of the heat down there along the base of Carbonate Mountain. Coming around to Division November, they worked their way, the Fort Apache crew was working their way from east to west in this area, trying to use this ridge to hold, and the Prescott crew was working from Buttercup over there to the west more, back to the east, which there's the Buttercup repeater, There's the edge of the black over on Division Mike, and what we're trying to do is bring it along this ridge and hold it, this ridge right here from that you can see coming right along here, and draw it back up into Buttercup and contain this last piece of the fire on the south end. So they're working that ridge top. They put a lot of retardant in the head of Wolf Tone, which is right here 2 days ago, and they're just trying to make sure this thing doesn't pop up over the ridge and make a run back down towards Croy. That's it for the update.
All right, well, for your weather today, while the satellite loop is being loaded here, this is a 24-hour loop that starts yesterday during briefing time, roughly up through this morning. And you can see that low pressure system off the central California coast where it's spinning there on the satellite. It's continuing to draw pretty deep fetch of moisture up our way. It looks like for today we're going to see more isolated thunderstorm activity for our fire area, and the better chances for thunderstorms are going to be on the higher peaks north of Branch 3 and across southern Idaho, just south of where our fire is. So we're looking at LAL2s today, and the better chances for seeing scattered thunderstorms will be tomorrow. But we are under a red flag warning that is in effect now through to Thursday night. So heads up on that. We'll see gusty outflow winds with these thunderstorms that do develop today. In general, the winds are going to be a little bit lighter today than what we've been seeing. Looking at the latest data this morning suggests the winds in the IAP forecast, the gusts will be about 5 miles per hour less than what's in your IAP. So we're looking at gust slope valleys up to about 15 miles per hour on the ridgetops at 20 miles per hour. Then the only other change for the winds is for Branch 3 for this afternoon. It looks like those winds are going to be more out of the southwest versus the west direction that we've been seeing. Otherwise, we're going to see temperatures overall not too much different, mainly in the 70s for the higher elevations, 80s for the lower elevations. With this moisture continuing to come up, we did see better recoveries last night than what we've seen the last several nights. So our minimum RHs will also be up today with minimum values between 16 to 28%. And we'll see a moderate inversion this morning, lifting between 1100 to 1200, and we're looking at a Haynes of 5. Have a good day. Thanks.